If you're hearing these words right now, stop scrolling. Give me the next few moments of your attention, because what you're about to hear isn't ordinary. This isn't just another message that happened to appear on your screen. And this isn't a coincidence. Before you woke up today, before your hands reached for your phone, before your mind became occupied with everything demanding your attention, this moment already existed. God knew you would be here. Out of every video, out of every distraction, out of every direction your day could have taken, you arrived here, not by chance, but by purpose, because God has something He needs you to hear. And if you ignore this moment, you may walk away from the very answer you've been praying for. So don't skip, don't scroll. Listen carefully, because this message may be exactly what your heart has been crying out for. God says, "My child, I've been trying to reach you. I've spoken in quiet moments. I've whispered during the silence. I've placed reminders in your path. Yet life has been so loud that my voice became difficult for you to recognize. You searched for answers everywhere, while I was waiting for you to look toward me. But today, you finally stopped long enough to listen. And what I want to tell you cannot wait any longer. You've been carrying burdens I never asked you to carry. You've accepted responsibilities that were never yours. You've blamed yourself for things beyond your control. You've exhausted yourself fighting battles that belong in my hands. Enough. Release them. You don't have to carry what I've already promised to carry for you. Today marks the beginning of something different. Not because your circumstances changed overnight, but because I'm changing you. The weight begins to lift. The fear begins to lose its power. And hope begins to breathe again. I've seen every hidden battle. Every night anxiety stole your sleep. Every morning you woke up already exhausted. Every smile you forced while silently breaking inside. Every time you convinced everyone around you that you were fine, when deep down you were barely holding yourself together. I saw every tear no one else noticed. Every prayer you whispered when you thought nobody was listening. Every moment you questioned whether your life still mattered. I was there. When you cried alone, I stayed beside you. When you felt forgotten, I never left. When you believed nobody understood your pain, I understood every part of it. Not one second of your suffering escaped my eyes. Not one tear fell without my knowing. Not one cry reached heaven unanswered. You keep asking where I was. I was carrying you. You keep wondering if I forgot your name. I never did. Your name has never left my heart. Your story has never escaped my attention. Even when you couldn't feel my presence, my hand remained over your life. You survived because I sustained you. You kept breathing because my mercy never stopped covering you. And the fact that you're hearing these words today is proof that I haven't finished writing your story. If this message speaks directly to your heart, type Amen in the comments. Not because one word changes everything, but because faith begins with agreement. Sometimes the smallest act of obedience becomes the first step toward the biggest breakthrough. And what God is about to reveal next may explain every battle you've ever faced. God says, I need you to understand why your journey has been so difficult. I need you to understand why you faced battles that people around you could never explain. I need you to know why certain doors closed just as you were about to walk through them. Why relationships fell apart even though you gave them your best. Why opportunities disappeared when success seemed so close. It wasn't because I abandoned you. It wasn't because I was punishing you. And it certainly wasn't because you were forgotten. The truth runs much deeper than you realize. From the very beginning, the enemy recognized something about you. He saw the calling on your life before you even understood what your purpose was. He noticed the anointing resting over you long before you knew I had chosen you. He recognized the destiny I placed inside you before you ever discovered it yourself. And because of that, he has done everything possible to delay you, to discourage you, to distract you, and if possible, to stop you before you ever stepped into the life I prepared for you. That is why your childhood may have been harder than it should have been. That is why some of the people you loved wounded you instead of protecting you. That is why betrayal came from people you trusted the most. That is why you've worked harder than others, yet still found yourself struggling financially. That is why sickness, depression, anxiety, fear, and relentless spiritual battles have attacked your mind and body without mercy. None of it happened by accident. The enemy wanted to destroy destroy your confidence before you discovered your calling. He wanted to convince you that you were ordinary, when heaven had already declared you were chosen. He whispered lies into your mind day after day. He told you that you were worthless, that you were a failure, that nothing in your life would ever change, that your prayers were pointless, that your future was already ruined. He even used people closest to you to repeat those same lies. Words spoken over your life became wounds you carried for years. He arranged situations designed to crush your confidence, steal your peace, destroy your hope, and convince you to quit before your breakthrough ever arrived. But here is what he never understood. Here is what hell completely failed to recognize. Every attack made you stronger. Every disappointment taught you wisdom. Every betrayal sharpened your discernment. Every delay strengthened your faith. Every closed door protected you from settling for something far below my purpose. Every painful season was shaping your character for the place I am leading you. What looked like destruction was actually preparation. What felt like rejection was divine protection. The enemy intended every battle to destroy you, but I was using every battle to develop you. He planned your downfall. I was building your testimony. He wanted your faith to die. Instead, your faith became stronger than ever before. God says, now hear me carefully. The warfare you've been living through will not last forever. The season of testing is coming to an end. The purpose behind the fire has already been accomplished. You have been refined. You have been stretched. You have been trained in places nobody else could see. You learned to trust me when answers never came. You learned to keep believing when everything around you said to quit. You learned to stand when you felt too weak to keep going. And because you remained faithful, now the season is changing. I am bringing you out of the darkness. I am leading you into a season of light. I am opening doors no person can close. I am making room for opportunities that were prepared specifically for you. The breakthrough you've prayed for, the answer you've waited for, the favor you've hoped for, is closer than you think. You cannot see everything I am arranging behind the scenes, but I have never stopped working on your behalf. Even in your waiting, I was preparing what was coming next. God says, the warfare that has surrounded your life is not going to last forever. The season of testing is reaching its conclusion. The battles that have pressed against you day after day are about to lose their grip because the purpose behind the process has already been fulfilled. Nothing you endured was wasted. Every tear had a purpose. Every delay carried a lesson. Every painful moment was shaping you into the person I created you to become. You have been refined in the fire. You have been trained in the wilderness. You have been strengthened in seasons where no one saw your struggle. You learned to trust me when there were no answers. You learned to keep believing when everything around you told you to quit. You discovered a faith that wasn't built on feelings, but on my promises. Now the season is changing. Now I am leading you out of the shadows and into the light. Now I am opening doors that no person has the authority to shut. Now I am releasing opportunities with your name already written on them. Now I am positioning you for breakthrough in places where you once experienced delay. Can you sense it? Something is shifting, not because circumstances have changed overnight, but because heaven is already moving on your behalf. If this message is speaking directly to your spirit, take a moment and press the like button. This isn't simply about supporting a video. This is an act of faith. This is your way of saying, God, I believe you are working even before I can see it. Every step of faith matters. Every declaration matters. Every moment you choose to trust me instead of your fear moves your heart into agreement with what I am already doing. God says, I am about to move in ways that will leave you amazed. Things that have remained stuck for years will begin to move suddenly. Doors that refuse to open despite all your effort will swing wide open at the appointed time. People who overlooked you will begin to recognize your value. Those who ignored your gifts will suddenly see what I placed inside you. Opportunities you could never create through your own strength will appear before you. Provision you didn't expect will arrive exactly when you need it. Healing you've prayed for will begin to manifest. Peace you thought you had lost forever will settle over your mind once again. Joy will replace sorrow. Hope will replace despair. Strength will replace exhaustion. This is not empty encouragement. This is not wishful thinking. This is my promise to remind you believe that I am still working behind the scenes. Even when you couldn't see my hand, I never stopped moving. I am arranging people you have not met yet. I am opening doors you haven't even discovered. I am awakening gifts that have remained hidden for years. I am connecting you with people who carry the wisdom, favor, and opportunities needed for your next season. I am preparing divine appointments that no human being could ever arrange. Everything is coming together according to my perfect timing. But there is something I need you to understand. Breakthrough always requires your participation. Miracles invite faith. Faith requires obedience. Blessings flow most freely to those who are willing to trust me enough to move when I tell them to move. I can open the door, but you must choose to walk through it. I can prepare the opportunity, but you must have the courage to accept it. I can release provision, but you must be willing to step forward in faith instead of remaining trapped in fear. That is why I am asking you to do something right now. Write these words in the comments. God is opening doors for me. Don't type them out of habit. Declare them with expectation. Speak them as an act of faith. Let your words agree with what heaven is already declaring over your life. Let every lie you've believed begin to lose its power. Let every obstacle know you are no longer walking by fear, but by faith. And if the Holy Spirit is stirring your heart, if this message has encouraged you, if you feel led to help this message reach someone else who desperately needs hope, there is a way for you to support this ministry. When you invest in work that spreads hope and points people toward God, you become part of every life that message reaches. You become part of every prayer restored, every heart encouraged, every soul reminded that they are not alone. Scripture teaches that God honors those who faithfully support His work. When you sow with a sincere heart, you are placing your trust in God's faithfulness, knowing He is able to provide far beyond what you could ever imagine. But whether you give or not, I want everyone listening to take one simple step today. Engage with this message. Like it. Leave your declaration in the comments. Share it with someone whose faith is growing weak, because you never know whose life could change simply because you chose to pass hope forward. And perhaps, the person God intends to encourage next is waiting on the other side of your obedience. Now I want to speak to you about the people who hurt you. I know the names you still remember. I know the faces that still come to your mind. I know the betrayal that still lingers in your heart. I know the disappointment you never truly recovered from. You have been carrying wounds that were never meant to become permanent. You have replayed their words in your mind more times than you can count. You have questioned why they walked away, why they lied, why they betrayed your trust, why they abandoned you when you needed them the most. You wondered what you did wrong. You searched for answers that never came. You blamed yourself for things that were never your fault. But hear me carefully. They did not have the capacity to walk into the future I prepared for you. They were not spiritually mature enough to handle the calling resting on your life. They could not celebrate the favor I was preparing to release over you. Their season in your life had already reached its end, so I removed them, not to punish you, but to protect you, not to leave you empty, but to prepare room for something better. Every relationship that ended created space for relationships I have already prepared. Every person who walked away made room for someone who will value your presence. Every betrayal developed wisdom that will protect your future. Every closed door redirected your step toward the place I always intended you to be. At the time, all you could see was the pain. You couldn't understand why everything seemed to be falling apart. But from my perspective, everything was moving into place. Even when it looked like your world was collapsing, I was building a stronger foundation underneath you. Even when you thought you were losing everything, I was preserving what truly mattered. Nothing happened outside my knowledge. Nothing escaped my attention. I have been working behind the scenes all along. Now I need you to do something that may not feel easy. I need you to release them. Forgive them. Not because they earned your forgiveness. Not because what they did was acceptable. Not because the pain wasn't real. Forgive them because your heart deserves freedom. Holding on to bitterness only keeps you connected to yesterday. And I refuse to let your future remain chained to your past. Bitterness slowly steals your peace. Unforgiveness quietly drains your joy. Resentment keeps wounds alive that I am trying to heal. Stop rehearsing the story of how they hurt you. Begin declaring the story of how I am restoring you. Stop giving them authority over your emotions. Take back the peace I placed inside you. Take back the joy the enemy tried to steal. Take back the confidence that was always yours. When you forgive, you are not setting them free. You are setting yourself free. When you release them, you are not pretending they did nothing wrong. You are choosing to believe that I am a God of justice. You are placing the outcome into my hands instead of carrying it yourself. When you finally let go, your hands become open to receive everything I have been preparing for you. Healing begins where unforgiveness ends. Freedom begins where surrender starts. And restoration begins the moment you trust me enough to release what has been weighing down your soul. If this message is speaking directly to your heart, share it with someone who desperately needs this reminder today. Someone came to your mind while you were listening. That isn't an accident. That is my spirit placing them on your heart. Don't ignore that prompting. Your obedience may become the answer to someone else's prayer. Your willingness to share hope could rescue someone standing on the edge of giving up. You may never fully know how one simple act of obedience changes another person's life, but I do, and I promise you this. Every time you become a vessel of encouragement, every time you point someone toward hope, every time you choose compassion instead of silence, I see it, I honor it, and I will multiply the seeds of love that you sow into the lives of others. Remember this: the pain you've experienced will not define your future. The betrayal you've endured will not determine your destiny. The rejection you've suffered will not cancel my purpose for your life. What happened to you was never the end of your story. It was only preparing you for the chapter 1 I'm about to write. Trust me, your greatest relationships are still ahead of you. Your deepest peace is still ahead of you. Your greatest joy is still ahead of you. And everything you thought you lost, I am more than able to restore in ways you never imagined. Now I want to speak to you about your mind. I know the battles you've been fighting in silence. I know the thoughts that have kept you awake at night. I hear every lie the enemy has whispered into your heart. I see the war inside your mind that no one else knows exists. While others only see your smile, I see the struggle behind it. I know the moments when you questioned your worth, the moments you wondered if you would ever be enough, the moments you looked at your past and believed it had already defined your future. The enemy has worked tirelessly to fill your mind with fear, with shame, with guilt, with doubt, because he understands something many people never realize. If he can control your thoughts, he can influence your decisions. If he can keep you believing lies, he can delay the purpose I placed inside you. That is why he constantly reminds you of your failures, but never of my forgiveness. He reminds you of every mistake you've ever made, yet never speaks about my mercy. He points to your weakness, but hides my strength. He wants you to believe you are too broken to be restored, too damaged to be loved, too far gone to be forgiven, too weak to fulfill your purpose. But every one of those thoughts is a lie. They did not come from me, because my voice never speaks condemnation. My voice speaks life. My voice brings peace. My voice restores hope. My voice reminds you of who you truly are. You are not what your fears tell you. You are not what your past says about you. You are not defined by your worst mistake. You are not identified by your greatest failure. You are defined by my love. You are covered by my grace. You are redeemed by my mercy. You are strengthened by my spirit. You are chosen. You are forgiven. You are deeply loved. You are valuable beyond anything this world could measure. From this moment forward, I am breaking every chain wrapped around your mind. Every lying voice that has tormented you is losing its power. Every accusation that has followed you for years is being silenced. Every spirit of fear that has tried to control your future must leave. Every burden of shame is being lifted. Every weight of condemnation is being broken. I am replacing confusion with clarity, fear with courage, hopelessness with expectation, weakness with strength, anxiety with peace. I am renewing your mind one truth at a time. When the enemy whispers that you are worthless, my spirit will remind you that you are priceless. When he tells you that you've been rejected, my voice will declare that you are chosen. When he tells you that you are cursed, my word will remind you that you are blessed. When he tells you that you will never change, I will remind you that I am still transforming you every single day. When he says your future has already been destroyed, I will show you the future I have already prepared. Because my promises are greater than your fears. My truth is stronger than every lie, and my plans for your life have never changed. No matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many times you've fallen, no matter how long you've been wandering, My purpose for you still stands. My love has never weakened. My grace has never run out. My mercy has never reached its limit. Today, I am inviting you to believe my voice more than the enemy's. Believe my promises more than your emotions. Believe my truth more than your circumstances. Because everything begins to change the moment your mind agrees with what heaven already says about you. If you're ready to leave behind fear, if you're ready to silence every lie, if you're ready to walk in the peace I have prepared for you, then make this declaration today. Comment below, victorious, not because every battle has already ended, but because you believe victory belongs to me. Let that word become your declaration. Let it remind the enemy that he no longer has authority over your mind. Let it remind your heart that I am renewing you from the inside out. And let today become the day you stop listening to the voices of fear and start believing the voice that has loved you from the very beginning. Because the greatest transformation doesn't begin around you, it begins within you. And when your mind is renewed, your life will never be the same again. Now I need to prepare you for what is coming next. I need to open your eyes to what heaven has already set in motion. While you've been walking through the valley, while you've been waiting, praying, questioning, and wondering if anything was changing, I have been working behind the scenes. Nothing has been delayed without purpose. Nothing has been forgotten. Everything has been unfolding according to my perfect timing. Now the season is shifting, and I don't want you to miss the signs I will place before you. In the days ahead, you will begin to notice confirmations in places you least expect. You will encounter moments that seem too perfectly timed to be called coincidence. You will hear words that speak directly to your situation. You will have conversations that answer prayers you never spoke out loud. You will notice familiar numbers appearing repeatedly. You will hear songs whose lyrics feel as though they were written specifically for you. You will meet people who unknowingly confirm what I have already been speaking to your heart. None of these moments will happen by accident. These are my reminders. These are my confirmations. These are my ways of telling you, pay attention. I am still speaking. I am still leading you. I am still with you. Do not dismiss these moments. Do not call them luck. Receive them as evidence that I am guiding every step of your journey. Then watch carefully, because doors will begin to open that you never expected. A phone call you've been waiting for may suddenly arrive. An email carrying unexpected opportunity may appear. A conversation may lead you into a place you never imagined possible. A connection with the right person may completely change the direction of your life. I am arranging divine appointments. I am aligning people with purpose. I am positioning opportunities exactly where they need to be. Nothing will happen outside my timing. Everything will unfold exactly when it should. Then prepare yourself, because transformation is coming. Areas of your life that have remained unchanged for years will begin to move. Your finances will begin to recover. Your relationships will begin to heal. Your health will begin to strengthen. Your confidence will rise again. Your peace will return. Your joy will be restored. Dreams that felt impossible will begin to feel within reach. What once looked permanent will suddenly begin to change. What felt impossible will become evidence of my faithfulness. But hear me carefully. I need you to partner with what I am doing. I need your heart to remain open. I need your spirit to stay sensitive. I need you to move when I tell you to move. And I need you to wait when I ask you to wait. Don't allow impatience to move you ahead of my timing. And don't allow fear to keep you from stepping forward when I open the door. Trust my direction even when it doesn't make sense. Obey my voice even when it stretches your comfort zone. Because obedience will always take you farther than fear ever could. Every step you take in faith becomes another step toward the promise I've prepared. Now let me tell you why your response matters. Every act of faith strengthens your agreement with what heaven is releasing. When you choose to engage with this message, when you choose to declare my promises, when you choose to encourage someone else, you are doing more than interacting with words. You are saying, God, I believe you. That is why I encourage you to like this message. Leave your declaration in the comments. Share it with someone whose faith is growing weak, because your obedience may become someone else's breakthrough. You never know whose prayer is waiting on the other side of your decision to share hope. And if my Spirit places it on your heart to support this ministry, give with joy, not because anyone is forcing you, but because generosity has always been part of my kingdom. When you sow into work that brings hope, you become part of every life that message reaches, every heart encouraged, every soul strengthened, every person reminded that they are not forgotten. Nothing given with a willing heart is ever wasted. I see every sacrifice. I honor every act of obedience, and I remain faithful to those who trust me. Now listen carefully. I know that some of you are still hesitant. You're wondering if this message is really for you. You're asking yourself if you've believed too many promises before. You've been disappointed. You've prayed. You've waited. You've hoped, only to watch doors close again and again. So now you're afraid to believe one more time. But let me settle your heart. This is not empty motivation. This is not false hope. This is not another passing message. I have seen every tear you've cried. I have heard every prayer you whispered. I have watched every moment you almost gave up. And I am telling you today, your season is changing. Your waiting has not been meaningless. Your suffering has not been forgotten. Your testing has not been permanent. I have been preparing this moment long before you ever realized it was coming. Now the choice is yours. You can continue holding on to fear, or you can reach out in faith. You can remain where disappointment has kept you, or you can step into the future I have been preparing. Faith doesn't require every answer. Faith simply requires trust. Trust me before you see the outcome. Trust me before the breakthrough appears. Trust me before the door opens. Because those who trust my promises will never be disappointed. So today, make your declaration. Comment below, I believe, not because you've already seen the miracle, but because you believe the one who promised it is faithful. Let those words become your agreement with heaven. Let today become the day your expectation rises again, because the next chapter of your life has already begun, and what I have prepared for you is greater than anything you've left behind. I know some of you are still hesitating. I hear the questions running through your mind. You're wondering if this message is truly for you, or if it's simply another encouraging speech that will fade away tomorrow. You've been disappointed before. You've trusted before. You've believed before. And each time life seemed to pull the ground out from beneath your feet. So now you're afraid to hope again. You're asking yourself, can breakthrough really happen for someone like me? After everything I've done, after every mistake I've made, after every prayer that seemed to go unanswered, could my life really change? Hear me carefully. This is not empty motivation. This is not false hope. This is not manipulation. This is my reminder that I have seen every tear you've cried. I have heard every silent prayer you whispered. I have watched every night you struggled just to keep believing. And I am telling you, enough is enough. Your season of endless struggle is coming to an end. Your time of testing has not been permanent. The waiting has not been meaningless. The process has been preparing you for what is about to happen next. But now a decision stands before you. You can continue carrying burdens I already asked you to release. You can continue replaying yesterday while I am calling you into tomorrow. You can remain trapped by fear, or you can take my hand and step into the future I have prepared for you. The choice is yours. Faith has never been about understanding every detail. Faith has always been about trusting me before you see the outcome. Faith is taking the first step, even when the entire staircase remains hidden. Faith is believing my promises, even when your circumstances seem to contradict them. Faith is saying yes before the miracle becomes visible. That is why I am asking you right now. Choose faith, choose trust, choose obedience. Type these words in the comments. I believe. Don't write them because someone asked you to. Write them because you are making a decision. A decision to trust my word above your fears. A decision to believe my promises above your circumstances. A decision to let hope rise again. Let today become the moment everything begins to shift. Let today become the day fear loses its grip. Let today become the day faith becomes louder than doubt. God says, now I want to tell you what happens when you truly surrender. When you stop trying to control everything and finally place your life into my hands. Something begins to change inside you. not because every problem instantly disappears, but because you stop carrying what I never asked you to carry. Peace begins to replace pressure. Rest begins to replace striving. Hope begins to replace discouragement. When you release your plans, you make room for mine. When you stop forcing doors open, you begin walking through the ones I have already unlocked. When you stop depending only on your own strength, you begin receiving strength that comes from me. Provision flows differently. Opportunities appear differently. Favor begins to surround you in ways you could never create by yourself. You stop living from anxiety and start living from trust. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is wisdom. Surrender is not defeat. It is the beginning of victory. It is not giving up on life. It is giving your life to the one who already knows the end from the beginning. It is letting go of control so you can receive my direction. It is releasing your timeline and embracing my perfect timing. It is choosing faith over frustration, trust over fear, peace over pressure. That is why I ask you today, will you surrender? Will you stop fighting battles I never assigned to you? Will you stop trying to solve everything alone? Will you trust me with the future you cannot yet see? Will you let go of your own understanding and believe that my plans are greater than anything you could imagine? If your answer is yes, then let your declaration be heard. Comment below, I surrender. Let those words become your prayer. Let them become your act of faith. Let them mark the beginning of a brand new chapter. Because the breakthrough you've been praying for often begins with complete surrender. And if this message has encouraged your heart, if my spirit is stirring something inside you, and you feel led to help this message reach someone else who desperately needs hope, you have an opportunity to become part of that work. When you sow into God's kingdom with a willing heart, you are not losing anything. You are planting seeds that will produce a harvest in ways you cannot yet imagine. You are helping carry hope to someone who may be moments away from giving up. My word has always been true. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Those who give generously will experience my faithfulness in ways they never expected. This is not about pressure. This is about partnership. It is about trusting that what is placed into my hands is never wasted. So today, surrender your fears, surrender your future, surrender your burdens, surrender your pain, and watch what I can do with a heart that is fully yielded to me. Because the moment you stop holding everything together by your own strength is the moment my power begins to work more fully in your life. I am about to bring people into your life who will completely change your journey. These are not ordinary connections. These are people I have been preparing long before you ever knew their names. People who will recognize your value instead of questioning your worth. People who will celebrate your victories instead of competing with you. People who will encourage your calling instead of criticizing your purpose. People who will speak life into you instead of constantly reminding you of your failures. People who will remain beside you during difficult seasons instead of disappearing when life becomes uncomfortable. People who will pray with you instead of talking about you. People who will strengthen your faith instead of draining your spirit. These are divine relationships. I have been preparing them for years. While I was preparing you, I was preparing them too. I was shaping their character, teaching them obedience, leading them through their own seasons of refinement, positioning them exactly where they needed to be so that, at the appointed time, your paths would cross. Some of these people are much closer than you realize. Some of them are already praying for someone exactly like you. Just as you have been praying for someone who would truly understand you, they have been praying for someone like you as well. Nothing about this is accidental. Everything is unfolding according to my perfect timing. But before I bring these new relationships into your life, there is something you must do. You must release the relationships that are holding you back. Stop trying to revive friendships I have already allowed to end. Stop chasing people who have repeatedly shown you they do not want to walk beside you. Stop exhausting yourself trying to earn acceptance from people who were never assigned to your future. You do not have to beg for a place at tables where your presence is not valued. You do not have to force doors open that I have already closed. Release them, not with anger, not with bitterness, but with peace. Trust that if I removed someone from your life, I had a reason. Sometimes what feels like rejection is actually my protection. Sometimes I remove people because they cannot go where I am taking you. Sometimes I close relationships because I am making room for healthier ones. The loneliness you feel today is not permanent. The silence you've experienced has not been meaningless. purpose. I have been clearing the distractions so you can recognize the people I am sending. When the right relationships arrive, there will be peace instead of confusion. There will be trust instead of constant anxiety. There will be encouragement instead of manipulation. There will be loyalty instead of betrayal. What I bring into your life will never require you to lose yourself in order to keep it. If someone truly belongs in your future, you will never have to abandon the person I created you to be just to hold on to them. So remain patient. Trust my timing, because what I am preparing is worth the wait. Now I want you to do something. Share this message with someone who needs hope today. Someone's face has already come to your mind. Don't ignore that impression. That is my spirit reminding you that someone close to you needs encouragement. Your willingness to share this message may become the answer to a prayer they have been praying in silence. Never underestimate what one act of obedience can accomplish. God says, "Now let me tell you what I see when I look at you. I do not see the mistakes that keep haunting your thoughts. I do not define you by the failures that still make you feel ashamed. I do not see the labels other people placed upon you. I see my workmanship. I see the person I created from the very beginning. I see purpose. I see strength. I see resilience. I see a heart that refused to give up even after everything you've endured. I see someone my grace has never abandoned. I do not see your brokenness. I see my power to restore. I do not see your weakness. I see the strength I am developing within you. I do not see the chapters you've survived. I see the future I have already written. You are not who your past says you are. You are not who your fears tell you that you are. You are who I say you are. And I say, you are chosen. You are called. You are appointed. You are deeply loved. You are valuable. You are treasured. You are forgiven. You are redeemed. You are an overcomer. You are more than a conqueror. You are a chain breaker. You are a light in places filled with darkness. You are my beloved child. Every lie the enemy planted in your mind is being uprooted. Every false label spoken over your life is losing its authority. Every identity you accepted because of pain, because of rejection, because of failure, is being removed. I am restoring you to the person I created you to be. The version of you that fear tried to bury. The version of you that disappointment tried to silence. The version of you that my purpose has always known. If you're ready to walk in your true identity, take a moment and press the like button. Let that simple action become your declaration of faith. Let it remind you that today is the day you stop believing the lie and begin believing what heaven has declared over your life from the very beginning. God says, I am also about to vindicate you. The people who misunderstood you will witness my faithfulness. Those who doubted you will see what I accomplished through your life. Those who underestimated you will realize they judged you too quickly. Those who counted you out will watch me lift you up. But understand this clearly. This vindication is not about revenge. It is not about making others feel ashamed. It is not about proving that you were right. It is about revealing my glory through your life. It is about showing the world what my grace can do. It is about demonstrating my power through someone others believed would never recover. When your breakthrough comes, give me the glory. When the doors begin to open, give me the glory. When favor surrounds your life, give me the glory. And when people ask what changed, tell them there was no secret. Only a faithful God who never broke his promises. Because everything I am about to do in your life will point back to me. And through your testimony, many others will discover that I still perform miracles today. God says, your time is now, not tomorrow, not next month, not when you finally feel qualified, not when everything around you looks perfect. Right now, this very moment, I am opening doors you could never open by your own strength. I am releasing breakthroughs that have been waiting for my appointed time. I am pouring out blessings that no one can take away, but you must be willing to receive them. Stop waiting until you feel worthy. Stop believing you have to earn what my grace has already provided. Stop thinking you must become perfect before I can use you. I have never called perfect people. I have always called willing people. I have never chosen those who believed they had everything together. I have chosen those who were willing to trust me, even in their weakness. So stop waiting for permission. transition. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for fear to disappear before you move. Faith moves first, then the miracle follows. The question has never been whether I am ready. The question is whether you are ready to trust me. Are you ready to release your past? Are you ready to stop living under the weight of yesterday? Are you ready to let go of every disappointment that has held your heart captive? Are you ready to stop surviving and begin living the life I prepared for you? Are you ready to exchange fear for faith, doubt for confidence, confusion for peace? If your answer is yes, then let today become the beginning of a brand new season. Declare it boldly. Comment below, I am ready, not because you already see everything changing, but because you believe I am already working. Let that declaration become your first step of faith. Let it mark the moment you stopped allowing fear to make your decisions. Let it become the line that separates your old season from your new one. Because I am not finished with your story. Many people believed your best days were already behind you. The enemy wanted you to believe that your greatest opportunities had already passed. He wanted you to think it was too late. Too much damage had been done. Too many mistakes had been made. Too many years had been wasted. But he was wrong. Your greatest days are not behind you. They are still ahead of you. Everything you have endured has been preparing you for what is coming next. Every battle strengthened you. Every delay developed you. Every disappointment taught you something you will soon need. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear. Not one prayer. Not one sleepless night. I have been collecting every moment. And now I am preparing to reveal why you had to walk through those seasons. One day you will look back, and what once caused you pain will become the testimony that gives someone else hope. You will finally understand why I allowed certain doors to close, why I removed certain people, why I delayed certain opportunities, because what I was preparing was always greater than what you thought you lost. Trust me, I know the end from the beginning. I know where I am leading you, and I have never lost control of your life, even when everything around you looked uncertain. My plans remained unshaken, even when you doubted yourself. I never doubted what I placed inside you, even when you felt forgotten. I never stopped working. So lift your head, strengthen your heart, refuse to give up now. You are closer than you realize, closer to healing, closer to restoration, closer to peace, closer to the breakthrough you've been praying for. Do not stop believing now. Do not allow fear to steal what faith has been building. Stand firm, remain faithful, continue trusting me, because my promises never return empty. Everything I have spoken over your life will come to pass in my perfect time. Now I want you to do 3 things. First, stay connected to my word. Feed your spirit every day. Don't allow the voices of fear, doubt, or negativity to become louder than my truth. Second, share this message with someone who needs encouragement today. You never know who is quietly asking me for hope. Your obedience may become the answer to someone else's prayer. Third, if this message has strengthened your faith and you feel led in your heart to support this ministry, give with joy and gratitude. Not because you are pressured, but because generosity reflects my heart. Every seed planted into kingdom work helps carry hope to someone searching for light in their darkest moment. I see every act of faith. I honor every willing heart, and I am faithful to bless those who trust me. Never forget, you are loved more than you can fully understand. You are seen even when no one else notices. You are valued beyond anything this world can measure. You are chosen. You are called. You are never alone. And I am not finished with you yet. In fact, what I have prepared next will surpass everything you've imagined. The best is not behind you. The best is still ahead. Walk forward with confidence. Walk forward with courage. Walk forward knowing that I go before you, and no weapon formed against you will have the final word. Because I am your refuge. I am your strength. I am your provider. I am your peace. I am your faithful Father. Believe my promises. Receive my peace. Walk boldly into your new season. Because this is your moment. This is your breakthrough. And this is only the beginning. In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.